We have watercolor brushes. I'm showing only flat brush and angular brushes. Okay. Okay. So this is a flat brush. This is a flat brush. You can see, right? You people can see what okay, fine. So this is a flat brush and it's a soft brush, as you can see. Watercolor brush, basically. This also soft brush, small size. This is a soft brush again, but it is an angular brush. We know that. There is a flat brush which is cut like this. There is an angular brush. There is also the dragon's tongue, cat's tongue or dragon's tongue. We know that, no? Like I don't have to show that. Or should I show that? Let me show it. Okay, so I'm going to show this. So this we call as the dragon's tongue or cat's tongue. Okay, the difference is the angle is very sharp. This is a angular flat. This is a cat's tongue. This brush it's a round brush. This is known as a rigger, R-I-G-G-E-R. Now please note it down. With a long hair. This is hair, not bristle. I'll come to bristle. I'll tell you what bristle is. We use this for writing script. So this is also known as a script brush and it's also known as a rigger. And this we know. Yeah. Remember the name as somebody? Anybody remembers the name? This is a flat brush. This is an angular flat. This is a cat's tongue. Does anybody remember the name of this brush? I've told you. This is known as a filbert. Okay. The flat brush curved out there. It's a flat brush, but curved out there, it is known as a filbert. Okay. All these brushes are soft brushes. Okay. This we use to apply color or sort of merge colors. We don't wash. No, like we don't do that. No, we don't do that. But slightly blending, we might use it. Okay, so these are my where is it? Okay, okay. These are my soft hair brushes. Of course, this is a round brush, watercolor round brush, right? So these are my soft brushes. Let me keep them away. I'll go to the hog hair brushes, okay? Hog hair brushes, even in hog hair brush is stiff like that. Can you see? It is like a toothbrush. Okay. Actually, we call this hog hair brush. This is not hog hair. This is bristle, nylon bristle. Bristle is stiff plastic yarn, like a thread, but stiff. Okay. So even in this, we have a round. This is a round brush, as you can see. Okay. And we have flat. Okay. I have a lot of brushes because I keep collecting brushes. And I've been collecting brushes for nearly 6.5 decades. So naturally, I'll have lots of brushes. You too should start collecting. But for this, what we need is, this is my set, so I keep them together. You should have a drawing brush. Okay, so this is number 1. This brush is number 1 from Brostro. And this is Camlin number 5. Okay, the brush has become thin because of usage. Now, you can see, the brush was this big and flat. Do I have a clear flat brush? I won't have any new brushes. So, okay. Okay, this is almost a new brush. Okay. And the brush slowly becomes, this is almost a new brush. And the brush slowly becomes that. And it becomes that. And finally, it becomes like that. Stiff. Okay, this I use for blending. These I use for drawing. Okay. And I would have an 8 brush or a 10 brush. I think it is a 9 brush for covering area. Okay. The canvas has a texture. Okay, let's go to the canvas. Okay, any questions about the brushes? Anyone has a question about brushes? No. I'll go to the canvas. Yeah.
சார் இப்போ நாங்க இந்த பிரஷஸ் எல்லாமே கலெக்ட் பண்ணனும்னா எந்த பிராண்ட் போலாம் சார்?
Camel or Brustro. Brustro is also good. Brustro is Chinese, but I don't know. I don't have that kind of a bias as far as made in India. I'll buy only Indian. No, like as far as art materials are concerned, Camel is good. Okay. Camel oil color is good. Camel brushes are good. I'll show you, but Camel brushes, see, Camel. This is also Camel. What is this? This is, I don't know. It's completely gone. This is a Camel. So we get a set of brushes. I think 2 more brushes were there. So I think 7 is a set. Series 45 says series 56. Okay, so this is series 56, Camel series 56. Bristle hair. Okay, Camelin, not Camel, Camelin. So these brushes are good as far as this is concerned. Soft brushes, Brustro is there, Camel is there, Artfina is there. See, as far as this is concerned, bristle hair is concerned, buy the cheapest brush. Because this will get damaged very easily because it is very stiff and you're going to be rubbing on the canvas. This will get damaged very easily, so get the cheapest. But when you buy soft brushes, brushes like this, buy good quality, as much as you can afford. But when you are spending a lot of money, find out if that company is truthfully good. See, this is Artios. This brush company is Artios. Let me show you. No, it's not. It's not. You can't see it. Okay. Okay. Doesn't matter. But can you see now? Artios. Maybe I'll just post it in our group. Not very expensive, but good quality. Not very expensive, slightly more expensive than other brushes. But when you're buying soft brushes, don't buy cheap ones. Don't buy cheap ones. Wherever you're buying from, just go and check what other artists are saying about this brush. I hope you have that habit of checking what the buyers are talking about as far as brushes are concerned. So try that. Okay, that's understood. Any question about brushes? No. Okay. Now I'll go to the canvas. The canvas, I have used a loose canvas. Loose canvas in the sense the canvas comes as a roll. See, the canvas is a cloth. This doesn't have the edge. If you see the reverse of the canvas I stuck it on all sides. You'll see the regular cloth, ordinary cloth. But the thickness of the thread is heavy. The thread is twisted much, and the beating is also, like while it is being woven, it is beaten well so that it's a tight cloth, tight, stiff cloth. It is called as a canvas cloth. On top of the canvas cloth, we give a coating of white and a binder. Binder is something which keeps the pigment, the color. It's always a powder, no? It's always a powder, or when it dries, it becomes a stiff, powderish material or a plate, a sheet, thick sheet. So white, zinc white is generally used. There are other whites, titanium white, and all those things are very expensive. Zinc white is not very expensive, but it's useful. We also use something called Acrylic emulsion. We know what acrylic emulsion is, what we use for the walls. I'm not talking about acrylic paint that we used to paint with. Hmm? Okay, before we go, let me show you this. Can you see the texture? You can see the texture. So this is a cloth on top of which you are given a coating of white paint. Okay, not enamel paint, because enamel paint will become polished, and enamel has oil, so it will destroy the cloth. If you put oil on cloth, it gets destroyed. That's the reason why the collar or the cuff gets destroyed very easily. The oil from our body touches the cloth very often, and that cloth is eaten away by the acid in the oil. Oil is folic acid. Okay, so let's just understand basic chemistry, nothing serious. So now this is a cloth, which means the cloth is going like that, right? Like that, right? So there will be gap there. We don't want that gap, so we fill it up with acrylic emulsion paint and a little bit of Fevicol, so that there's a plastic coating on top. Oil, acrylic, and all these things will stay on top. It will not touch the canvas. Okay. So in canvas, this is a medium texture. In canvas, there is a rough texture, like our handmade paper. I don't know how many of you were looking for handmade papers elaborately, or how many were reading about handmade papers. So handmade papers, there are fine grain, medium grain, and rough grain, right? Like that, here also there is fine, medium, and rough. This is medium. Medium is always good for. When you want a rough painting, palette knife work or something like that, you can use a rough. Not necessary, but you can. But when you want a very fine line work, like very fine, small canvas, very fine line work, very smoothly done, then you take a fine canvas. Okay, there are many kinds of canvases. The most common is cotton canvas. Yeah, cotton, when it is woven out of the loom, hand loom especially, it's an off-white, right? Light brownish white. That's known as Cora, okay, fresh. There is bleached cotton canvas. It's already white. Then you coat on top. It becomes very bright. And there is synthetic canvas, synthetic cloth. Canvas cloth, synthetic, not cotton. And the hemp, what is it called? Linen. There is linen canvas. See, cotton canvas will stretch easily because the fibers are small. The longest fiber, which is Egyptian cotton fiber, that itself is about 1.5 inches max. Okay, our fibers will be 3/4 to half an inch, 3/4. Okay, so it will slip and it could pull, it could stretch. Linen will not stretch. Synthetic will stretch because it is plastic. Okay, so on top we give a coating of zinc white and glue, zinc white and Fevicol, like things like that. We won't mix oil in that. We have to be very careful about that because the canvas will get destroyed. Yeah, the cloth will get destroyed. So that is that. Huh? Now we come to colors. Okay, any question about canvas? There is a thing called canvas roll, which is just a cloth coated and rolled. Cut, coated, and rolled. They come in different sizes. You can go and find out. And there is a thing called stretcher, which is a frame, wooden frame, empty wooden frame, just the extra outside. And we nail the canvas to the back of the stretcher. The top will be like a drum. Okay, that is stretched canvas. It's called stretched canvas, which is also very good. It gives, like when you press, it's not stiff. So your drawing will be slightly more flexible. It's just a matter of practice and expertise. And we have canvas board, which we usually use. It's a masonite board, which is known as hard board. The wooden powder made into a board, hard board, as we say, Masonite board as a Masonite board, I think. Yeah, Masonite board. Uh, MDF. Huh? Not HDF, MDF. Uh, on top of that, they stick a canvas, apply glue or Fevicol and stick a canvas cloth. And when you give that coating, naturally it will expand, right? Because of the moisture, it will expand. When it dries, it will bend the board. So once it is stuck, they immediately stick a stiff paper on the reverse. Okay, they stick up. There is a canvas underneath this. So they stick so Eduway is the name of the company that I worked with. That's a painting underneath. On top of that, I've stretched a canvas. Okay, on top of that, I stretched a canvas and stuck it, as you can see. So this and the canvas dries simultaneously and the board doesn't bend. Actually, the board has bent a little bit, as you can see. Can you see it has bent a little bit? Okay, yeah. Somebody is asking for something? Did somebody say something, ask for something? No. No, right. We'll go to the painting. And paint is powder, which we call as pigment. Paint is a powder, which we call, yes, Bindu, yeah, please. You want to ask something, Bindu?
No, sir.
No, okay. I think your mic is on.
Oh, sir. Yes.
So I thought maybe you were asking something. Okay.
I'm listening you what you're saying.
Pardon?
I'm listening you, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, pigment is color powder. Okay, color powder. That's all. Pigment is color powder. Dye powder is something which dissolves in a medium. In water, it dissolves. They mix a little bit of gum and a little bit of glycerin and make it into a paste and keep it in a tube. Okay. So if there is no glycerin, then it becomes a cake, and that's the cake that we see, pan and things like that, as we were talking about. So here we mix pigment in linseed oil or poppy oil. Generally, it is linseed oil or poppy oil. This is Camel, and this is Lefranc. L&B, Lefranc and Bourgeois, if you have heard about that. There are many companies, Winsor & Newton and all those things. Okay, why they are expensive? Is it are they better? Maybe they are better, maybe they are not better. But I would bet on Camel colors. Okay, I've been using Camel colors, the past 70 years. Okay, oil painting maybe, 65 years. One or two of my oil painting canvases are still there with people. Okay, Camel, it was Camel and then it became Camelin and again it has become Camel. I have used Winsor & Newton, but they are almost the same unless you are working for a specific client who wants Winsor & Newton canvas, Winsor & Newton brush, Winsor & Newton artist, and Winsor & Newton color. Unless somebody says that, you don't have to worry about anything. Okay. Any questions? Anything else that you want to know? Okay, now medium.
Sir,
So, Ama.
சார் இப்போ நீங்க யூஸ் பண்றது வந்து ரெடிமேடான ஒரு இதுல நீங்க இப்ப ஒயிட் அக்ரிலிக் அப்ளை பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா இல்ல இல்லையா சார்?
Yeah, no, I'm using straight.
ஸ்ட்ரைட் இது வந்துட்டு எதுனா ஸ்ட்ரைட்டா நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம் சார் இப்போ?
Because there is already a coating. This canvas is ready-made to buy and use.
ஓகே சார். இல்லனா நம்ம அக்ரிலிக் வித் இத யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம்ங்கறீங்க.
No, you don't need. See, nowadays we are going to buy Camlin canvas board from Amazon or wherever, online, or you go to a shop, art material shop, and buy canvas board. It is already coated. Okay.
இல்ல சார், நான் வந்து ஒரு பேட் வச்சிருக்கேன் சார், அதனால தான் சார் கேட்டேன்.
So pad one side, on the pad one side is light off white and one side is white, right?
சார் இல்ல இப்படி ஷீட்டா இருக்கும்ல சார், அந்த மாதிரி book மாதிரி.
Yes. So if you take one sheet, on the side, on the top side it is white, right? It is white.
half white அதான் சார் இருக்கு, ரெண்டு சைடும் half white தான் சார் இருக்கு, ஒரு மாதிரி cream கலர்ல இருக்கும் சார்.
இல்லம்மா, எனக்கு காட்டுமா, I'll try to see. Are you talking about paper or canvas?
Canvas.
It is oil painting. Is it oil painting paper or loose canvas sheets? Canvas, it is written. There is a thing called canvas paper. Can I see? Can you show?
கிளாஸ் முடியும் போது வேணா காட்டுறேன் சார், தேடி எடுக்கணும் சார்.
Okay, fine. Okay, so show me. You'll have to remind me. I won't remember. You'll have to remind me.
எடுத்துட்டேன்.
Okay, ma. Okay, yeah.
இருங்க சார், எடுத்துட்டேன்.
அது சீலிங் தாமா தெரியுது எனக்கு.
ஒரு நிமிஷம் சார். சார் இப்படி இருக்கும் சார்.
நம்ம பேர் என்ன போட்டிருக்கு? ஆயில் பெயிண்டிங். இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் பின்னாடிமா, இல்ல கொஞ்சம் ஆயில் பெயிண்டிங் அடுத்து பின்னாடி என்ன எழுதிருக்கு
சார்? இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும் சார் ஷீட். இப்படி இருக்கும்.
எனக்கு ஃபுல்லா தெரியலமா. துணி மாதிரி இருக்காது, பின்னாடி பார்த்தோம்னா வீவிங் இருக்குதா
சார்? இது நல்லாவே பிளைனாவே இருக்கு சார். இது ஆக்சுவலா நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி இதுல பெயிண்ட் அடிச்ச மாதிரி தான் சார் இருக்கு.
ஆமா, பெயிண்ட் அடிச்சுதான் விற்பாங்க கட்டாயமா. வந்து if it is for painting, if this is, it will be ready made. Now I want to know, please see the cover.
Okay, sir.
And does it say cloth or paper? Oil painting, what is the third word?
Oil painting pad, sir. Pad.
Oil painting pad. Okay. Does it say cloth or is it 300 they say, no?
Yes, sir.
300 GSM.
Ama, sir.
300 GSM paper or cloth?
Pad
I think it is paper. I think it is paper because canvas cloth will not be saying 300 GSM.
Okay.
Cloth will be talking about weight in a different way.
Okay.
Okay.
Really, sir.
So this could be a paper. You can use it. That's a totally different story. But a cloth, I wish I could show a cloth.
Sir.
Okay. Yes, please.
Sir, மேல அந்த கோட்டிங் வந்து குடுத்திருக்கா இல்லையா நம்ம வாங்கும்போது எப்படி சார் பார்த்து வாங்குறது?
அதுதான் நான் வந்து I wanted to show. Okay, if you can wait for 2 minutes. Now let's talk about this. Let's get clear about this and then go. Okay, I'll just bring a canvas and show you. Okay, just wait for a minute. I'll just be back. Oops. சர்க்கஸ்லாம் பண்ண வேண்டியதா இருக்கு. ஓகே, இது செட் ஆகிட்டோம். See, this is the canvas that I put on top of the board. Okay, so this is a stiff board. Can you see that? That's a stiff board, mezzanine board. On top of that, I put this. This is the front side. This is the back side. Can you see the difference in color? Can you see the cloth?
Is it a canvas cloth, sir?
It is cloth. I'll show you. I'm going to show you clearly. Okay. Can you see? It is a woven cloth. Huh? It's a woven cloth, but it is not. It's a woven cloth, but it is not coated. I'm just going to take out a thread if possible. Okay, I pulled out a thread. Can you see? It's a cloth. I will also show you the cloth. And this side is coated. Can you see? This is the cloth. This side is coated. Okay, now I'll show you here. That is the edge of the cloth. Can you see the cloth? Can you see the coating?
Yes.
Okay, so this is plain cloth, plain canvas. This is called canvas cloth. This is coated canvas. Or the technical term is primed. Primed canvas. It is called primed canvas. Okay, I'll put it away. So I buy rolls 4 feet and 42 inches by 36 inches is also available. 28 inches is also available. I buy 5 feet, 60 inches by 5 meters, one roll, because I do paintings of various sizes for various reasons, various people. So I buy a big roll and I cut from that and use. And whenever I cut, I write the size and keep it so that now I can immediately pull it out and check what I am using. Oops, okay, fine.
What will be the roll cost, sir? What will be the roll cost?
One roll will be I just order and pay. I don't look at the cost, because if you look at the cost, you will start crying.
Approximately, sir.
just a second. I'll just tell you. See, 24 inches, we don't want 24 inches. No? 50 inches into 50 inches into 4 meters is 1,400. Okay, and 12 inches into 5 meters, that's also we don't need. It is too small. Okay, 24 inches into 5 meters is 570 rupees, 565 and things like that. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Now, so the linseed oil or poppy seed oil, or there are some other oils, and each company has a formula, secret formula of making the paint. You know, some of the paints, Camel, as far as I have seen, it stays on alive for a long time. Winsor & Newton also stays for a long time. This I bought in 2014. I have say 6-7 different companies, depending upon what kind of a work I am doing, for whom, the client. I change the paint. Okay, so here it says this is Camel, this is Pebeo, the white is Pebeo. Okay, and This is all, these two are Pebeo. This is Camel, this is Winsor and Newton. Okay, so what is the difference? This is Lefranc-Bourgeois, Daler-Rowney. Huh? And this is Daler-Rowney, this is Daler-Rowney, Giorgio. This Daler-Rowney, Georgian. Okay, so what is the difference? Sap green in this and sap green in Camel are slightly different. Sometimes for certain portraits, when you want to use a green, the sap green in canvas, in Camel is very useful for landscape. When you want a sap green for, you'll have to mix a little bit of blue, a little bit of lemon yellow and get that color. Okay, instead I have a Georgian. How did I find out? I've tried, not like, well, this age I would have tried everything. So, okay. So I have a white which is this big. This is my regular tube which is 20 ml. And this is the 20 ml box, a tube. And this I have, I think it is 200 ml, 10 times of this. Because we use a lot of white. None of my other boxes will have white. All the white is over. See, the white is gone. Now, shall we go to the painting? Or do you have any more questions? Any more questions, anybody? இல்லையா ஒன்றும் இல்லையா போயிடலாமா பெயிண்டிங் போயிடலாமா ஓகே
சார்
எஸ்
நம்ம வாட்டர் கலர்ஸ்ல வந்து பிளாக் அண்ட் ஒயிட் வந்து நம்ம யூஸே பண்ணல, டைலூட் லைட் கலர் பண்றதுக்கு வாட்டர் ஆட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். பட் இங்க வந்து ஒயிட் நிறைய யூஸ் ஆகும்னு சொன்னீங்கல்ல சார், இப்போ நீங்க யூஸ்
ஆமா
பண்ணி
see watercolor is I told you how watercolor is made. I told you how this is made. I'll again tell you the difference. No,
புரியுது சொன்னது இது. இப்ப நான் அதை மட்டும் கேட்டுக்கிறேன் சார். ஒயிட் இப்ப இதுக்கு நிறைய யூஸ் பண்ணுவேன்னு சொன்னீங்க இல்லைங்களா, அதுக்காக
ஆமா ஆமா see I'll tell no we have, it's for everybody saying and also for the recording sake. See, watercolor so called the watercolor that we paint. Now watercolor painting. Hey, do you do watercolor painting? Yes, I do watercolor. What do we mean by that? Transparent watercolors. When we say watercolor, it's transparent watercolor because there is an opaque watercolor which is gouache or poster color. Poster color also the medium is water, isn't it? Poster color we mix water and paint. So that's also watercolor. The tube paint is also watercolor. Gouache also comes in tube paint, that is opaque. So transparent watercolor, the powder gets dissolved in water. Dissolved. So it becomes transparent when you apply. Okay. Pigment is a suspension. Whatever the medium, whether it is going to be gum, plain water and pigment cannot be used as a paint because it will, when the water evaporates and the paint dries, all the powder will fall down. You know, you understand that, okay? So we mix a gum arabic, generally gum arabic. So that is why it is called tempera. Poster color is also known as tempera. Gouache is very fine tempera. Okay, there is egg tempera. This is regular tempera. So tempered with gum is the meaning. Tempered means bound. It is stuck. It is binding. Na? Take a rope and bind something means you are bringing things together. So all the pigment is brought together with the gum. So it is called a tempera. Tempered with gum. Okay, so that's the difference between transparent watercolor and opaque colors. Opaque colors you can use anything. You don't use black because black is a neutralizing color. So all the colors will become dull. Unless you are an expert, you can't use black. There are paintings which are done with black and white. That's a different story. But poster color, because it is opaque, you can use white. Watercolor, the trick is now like everybody walks. Why is the circus person so special? Because they can walk on tight rope. There is a rope hanging in the air and they can walk on top. So what is so great here? Why should somebody walk like that? That's a different story. But that's a special skill. Likewise, using the paper white, doing a painting which looks fantastic, realistic, is great. No white at all. I'll show you one painting that I have done recently. Today, I think we are doing more talking than painting. Doesn't matter, no? Where did that go? Let me just show you a good painting. I think I have posted it to you. A landscape with some leaves and all. Did I post it? No, I have not posted it to you. I have posted it somewhere else. I'll just bring it out and show you. I think all of you should go to my Facebook page and see what I paint. Okay? Because I find it very difficult to, yes?
இல்ல சார் ஃபேஸ்புக்ல வந்து போய் எப்படி இது பண்றதுன்னு தெரியல சார். அதுல உங்க ஃபேமிலி பிக்சர்ஸ் வேற இருக்கு சார்.
அது பாட்டுக்கு இருக்கட்டுமா? ஃபேமிலி பிக்சர்ஸ் எல்லாம் பார்க்காதீங்க.
இல்ல சார், அதுல சார் இப்போ இன்ஸ்டாகிராம் தான் சார் இப்போ ட்ரெண்ட் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு. அதுல நீங்க போட்டீங்கன்னா அது கொஞ்சம் நல்லா இருக்கும் சார்.
எனக்கு நான் இன்ஸ்டாகிராமோட லிங்க் பண்ணியிருக்கேன், அதுலயும் அது போகுது. ஆனா என்னன்னா, the biggest problem is I am used to Facebook. Okay, Instagram looks like.
அது இப்போ இன்ஸ்டாகிராம்னால தான் சார் எனக்கு இந்த கிளாஸ் பத்தின டீடைல்ஸே தெரிய வந்துச்சு. இல்ல உங்களுக்கு அது வந்து வியூ இப்போ அதுதான் ஜாஸ்தி இதாகுதுன்னு சொல்ல வந்தேன்.
Very true. Everybody, almost everybody is asking me to go to, sir, go to Instagram. Prema, phone play. Go to Instagram, sir, go to Instagram. What are you doing here and all those things? Instagram is not the same system. Why? I don't know why they have to create a totally different kind of a system, which I'm not able to follow. I don't understand why it has to be so complicated. It is complicated for me. Okay, can you see this painting?
So super, sir.
This is watercolor. Okay, and wherever you see white, it is paper white. Okay, here it looks transparent, here it is so opaque, right? I've added blue, brown and green. I've added blue, brown and green. I've added blue, brown. This is more brown, this is more blue. And here also it is transparent. Can you see? It was so dark, but it is transparent. Can you see? Huh? It is transparent. If you come here, see, it is transparent. This is paper white. And, okay, this is paper white. Can you see I have painted left paper white, but how did I do this? That's the trick. I was talking to you about using sandpaper, isn't it? You can scratch with the blade and you can use a sandpaper. So I completed the painting when the painting was completely dry. Not every place. There are places I have just painted. Can you see I have left the white and painted? Most of the places I have left the white and painted. Some places I have used a sandpaper to get that effect. Okay, so this is a speciality, as we say. I don't use white. You know, I can do a very difficult thing easily. So that's how it is done. Okay. Ooh, okay, now what do? We have to go to our work. Shall we go to our work? Or you want to keep talking? We'll go to our work. Okay, now I have to share and explain this to you. Yes.
சார் கிளாஸ் முடியும் போது ஒரு ஆர்ட் எக்ஸிபிஷன் பத்தி போஸ்ட் போட்டிருந்தீங்களா சார் நீங்க?
ஆமாமா ஆமாமா
அதை பத்தி சொல்லுங்க சார். ஏன்னா அது சென்னையில தானே சார் நடக்குது.
ஆமா, நீங்களாம் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணலாம்.
பார்க்கவாது வரும் சார்.
இல்ல, பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணலாம்.
ஓகே சார், ஓகே.
பார்ட்டிசிபேட்டும் பண்ணலாம், பார்க்கறதுக்கு வரலாம். ஆக்சுவலா வந்து on opens on 14th evening 5:30. Okay, so 15th, 16th and 17th, every day 15th, 16th and 17th it will open at 11 o'clock. It will be open till 7.
Okay sir.
Okay,
நீங்க
so
இருப்பீங்களா சார்?
at 11:30, 12 I'll start painting. I will be doing one watercolor, one acrylic color, one either pastels or poster color. So all 3 days, 15th, 16th and 17th, around 12 o'clock I'll start painting till 3:30, 3:34. Okay, I'll do one painting every day. There will be at least 3 paintings. Okay, please do come. Please do come.
கண்டிப்பா வருவோம் சார், கண்டிப்பா வருவோம் சார்.
Okay.
பக்கத்துல இருந்து.
Yeah. Okay, so now this is a photograph. Somebody has taken it. I don't know. So they could have pulled this down a little bit. No, that gap could have been avoided, and they could have shown that cloud full. Okay, so many things. Not my photograph, somebody else's photograph. We'll thank them for the photograph. But as we know, like golden division and all those things, 1/3, 2/3, 1/4, 3/4, so on and so forth. We know that. So this photograph is a very ordinary photograph. Beautiful scenery, but yeah, it's so hot, man. Huh? It's so hot. Okay, now we'll take this. This is the closest, right? Highest contrast compared to, see, this area. Can you see my cursor? This area, the darkest, almost black, brownish green, dark brownish green. And the contrast is also very high. The light and the dark are very, very far away. You can see bright light in some of those small places. The next distant place is this. The green has become dull. Everything has become small. Right? Everything has become small. The green has become dull. The dark is not this dark. It has become slightly lighter and also blue. Remember that? Color perspective? No, we forgot that. Okay. You remember that. Or you'll have to remember that all your life. Perspective study, as Leonardo da Vinci says, somebody who does not know perspective studies is trying to row a boat, going in a boat in an ocean without a rudder and an oar. You know, the oar is not there, the rudder is not there. How are you going to? Okay. So the green also has become less, the contrast is less. So this is the second area, that is the third area. Contrast is, that's the fourth area, that's the fifth area, that's very far away, that's the sky. Now, so is this area understood? Color perspective and line perspective, texture perspective, all 3 are understood, very clear, right? Now the reflection. Wherever it is dark, it has become light. Wherever it is light, it is not so light. Can you see that? See, this place is very light. This place is very dark. It's not that dark here. Compared to this and this, yeah, you can see my cursor, right?
Sir, I can't see the cursor.
You can see my cursor now? Yes, okay. See, this place is dark. Yeah, obviously this place is dark. This place is not that dark. That's a reflection of that, right? Not very dark. This is very light compared to the... This is not that light. Do you see that? So, middle point will be middle point. Dark will become lighter. Light will become darker in reflection. Do you understand that? See, this has become slightly darker and lighter. Dark has become lighter, light has become darker. This one, the detail is gone, has become lighter. Can you see that? That is not reflected. Only little bit of that is reflected. That is not reflected. Here the sand is not reflected. You know, let me go to the cursor. I think you can see the cursor. The sand is not reflected because it is slanting away from the... Now if we come closer, the camera has very cleverly taken away that edge, the highlight. There is no such thing as a highlight here. The photographs generally, can you see that highlight would be everywhere? That, can you see that highlight out there? That highlight, can you see that highlight out there? That will be everywhere wherever the water is touching. That highlight will be there. If you see in nature, it will be there. Okay, so we'll go to our painting. Shall we start painting? Okay. So, with watercolor, we started with a pencil sketch, right? Okay, about the medium. The paint is already having oil, okay? But if you want to make it thinner, you can use something called linseed oil, which is cheap, comparatively cheap. There is double boiled linseed oil, which dries slightly faster, which is slightly more expensive. And there is another thing called liquid, this is from Winsor & Newton. L&B also give that, and Pebeo also make a quick drying medium. This is a medium. If you mix this and paint, the paint dries fast. Oil painting mixed, the straight dries in say 2-3 days, maybe 4 days. To mix linseed oil, the more linseed oil you mix a little bit of linseed oil, take a week to dry. Okay, 5 days to a week. But this dries fast and this is expensive. Okay, this is half a liter bottle, 250 ml bottle, which is 846 rupees. Now it will be slightly more. Maybe, I don't know how much. Please find out. But I'm going to be using this. If you want, you can use this. Or else you can use linseed oil. Double boiled linseed oil is there, which dries a bit faster. There is a thing called stand oil, which is a linseed oil which is allowed to dry. It polymerizes. Oil doesn't dry, it polymerizes. It becomes plastic-like. It polymerizes, and polymerization takes time. So when you are keeping the linseed oil open in a bowl with a cloth on top, it starts becoming slightly thick. You keep mixed, like like toothpaste thickness. You can keep it in a small big mouth bottle and use it. That dries fast. Okay. You can listen to the recording and take this as a notes. Okay. So with watercolor, how did we start the watercolor? What is a watercolor technique could be one question. How do you do a watercolor? What is a watercolor technique? Explain watercolor painting. So painting method is you take a watercolor paper, handmade paper generally, yeah? And what do? You keep it on a board and you draw the sketch with a pencil, don't you? Only with watercolor you can use a pencil drawing. Poster color also you can use a pencil drawing. That too is a watercolor. Very light drawing. Because it is transparent, we use very light drawing. Okay? Drawing with watercolor is done by experts. But generally, watercolor pencil drawing is allowed. But with any other medium, whether it's going to be oil or acrylic or even color pencils or pastels, you use the actual medium to draw. So I'm going to take burnt sienna. We use burnt sienna for drawing. I'm going to change the composition slightly. I'm going to bring down. See, I'm taking burnt sienna. The quantity will be slightly more because you make a thicker application. Not a thick application, but thicker application. Okay. So I'm going to be using one of two brushes. Either, where is it? Where is my drawing brush? It is here. See, these are all my drawing brushes. Okay. When I want a very serious minor change, a large canvas, I want a very serious minor change and things like that, then I go in for brushes like, just a second, I'm bringing out my fine drawing brushes. Brushes like that, not this. Brushes like that. Can you see, this is my drawing brush, but here the brush becomes very fine. But it won't have much, it won't take much color, so the line will not be long. Okay? So it's very fine drawing. Now I'm not going to be using it because this is a landscape and I'm going to do a rough work. What is the time? It is 12:45. So I spent 1.25 hours talking about this, but useful, right? So let me use this brush. Okay. So I have my Liquin. The Liquin lid is child-proof lid. Who is the youngest in our group? Any college students? Do we have any college students in our group? No, no? No college students. That's all I wanted. I don't want your ages. Don't worry. Hulda, don't worry. I won't ask your age.
Sir, I don't mind. I'm 26.
Oh, okay. So you could be the youngest. At least you could be one of the younger ones.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So that is why you are able to just say, "Oh, I am 26." You know, not very young. Yeah.
Even 62, I'll proudly say, sir.
You'll say, okay. I proudly say I am 76. You know.
Yeah.
I'm just 23.
Oh, Muskan is younger than you. Okay. You are still studying. You have completed your studies.
No, I completed 2 years back itself, sir.
Okay. You stopped with graduation, or
Yes.
did you do your post graduation also?
No, I didn't do my PG and all. I
Ah.
just did the graphic designing and that's all.
Oh, you did graphic designing.
Yeah, I'm a Viscom student. So I've been working
Then,
as a graphic
if you're a
designer.
Viscom student, what are you doing here?
Sir, I like painting. My first preference was fine arts, but I couldn't get into admission in Stella Maris, so I'm just here doing Viscom now.
Okay, okay. I used to be teaching in Stella Maris long time back.
So it's so difficult getting admission over there. I've been
Yeah, it
trying
is.
from very long.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so now the horizon line is almost in the center. Whoever is taken, they were looking at the elements. They didn't see the overall picture. So we'll bring the horizon line. No, it's not there. We'll bring it slightly lower. Okay, now you'll ask one important question, right? I don't know how many of you have done oil color. You'll ask very important, what if it goes wrong, right? What if it is a pencil drawing? I can always erase. If I'm doing with this, I'll be jumping from one talk to the other without any warning. Okay, so keep. Oh my God.
Oil mix பண்ணிட்டீங்களா sir?
The mix பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேம்மா. See, I've taken liquid. Okay, liquid is like this. It's not oily. Actually, I've mixed a thinner to my liquid because it's old, almost gone. I think my liquid is at least 10 years old. A quarter liter I've been using for, no, not 10 years, 4 years or so. Okay. So I mixed a little bit of Damar, which is like a turpentine. Don't mix turpentine to liquid, and I'm just saying. So I'm taking this like that and mixing it to make it thin, slightly like that. So it should not become thinner than toothpaste thickness. Can you see it? It is like that. Can you see how thick it is? I'll keep it out and show you. So it is like that. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is, there is one form here, right? There is a mountain which goes up to almost there. We won't go up to that. We'll show some sky. Okay. So we'll go up to that. Okay. So that comes like that. So now you will ask one question. How do I correct a mistake? You don't correct a mistake in oil color. Okay. You just keep painting, and because the paint is thick, opaque, when you keep applying, whatever is underneath will not show. Okay. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, there is one, the foremost. I'll start from here. So it goes like that, and it comes up to that, so that the reflection will come up to that. Okay. So it goes like that, and sort of goes in, comes out. Okay. And it comes like that. I'll try to keep this here. Now you got this. You don't have to see this now. You don't have to see my palette now. Okay. Now here there is a bunch of trees. And this goes like that. Goes there, and there is a bunch of trees here. We don't have to copy that. We paint you remember the term, what the term we use? We paint the ambience, right? We paint the ambience. We don't paint the actual, we don't copy it. We paint the ambience. Okay. So this goes and joins there. There is another group which is falling like that. Huh? And probably I'll have a tree or something like that there. And there is a house. We'll have a typical Indian house here. Should we make it small? 2, 3 small houses? No, that's too big. We'll make 2, 3 small houses. So we won't have that. So that is how we erase. Okay, like a school child. Now that's how a school child would do, right? One house there, okay, and another house. No, we shouldn't have a house here. That'll be too close, huh? And we'll say one house here, almost same size, huh? Another house here. We'll have okay. And now, after this comes and joins here. This is slightly protruding. That is a plane. Plants out here. And looks like there are lots of coconut trees, huh? Okay, so coconut trees, we won't go into detail at any time, not now, not at any time. But we will touch it in such a way that it looks like coconut trees. Huh? See, things going up and down, instead of going shift like that, this goes here, this comes down, it's going like that, it comes down. Don't make 3 in a row coming in a straight line. That should either go up or come down. Okay, so here we will have a bunch of trees and we'll have a house here. Okay, just touch up, huh? Not much of a work. Remember we did a pier somewhere, right? Likewise, we will have a path going like that and a pier coming here, shall we? And a pier coming here. I'm just marking it to see if the perspective will sit. Huh? Okay, and a boat here. The boat cannot be big. The boat should not be like that. Okay. That should be the boat. Huh? Or should we have the boat somewhere else? We'll come to that later. You can give me ideas. If you want, if you have something, can we do this? If we can do that, if I too think, my painting, so if I too think that it is nice, we'll do that. Huh? If I don't think it is nice, we won't do that. Fair enough, right? Now, even before you give me a suggestion, I should say that, because then you'll say you asked for a suggestion, but you're not taking suggestions. Yes, Hulda, that is there, no? Like you will immediately say you asked me, give me a suggestion, but you didn't take it.
No, sir. We will trust your gut. So.
Okay. Thank you about that anyway. Okay, so this is done. Huh? That we have sort of brought it here, and let's just drop it there. Huh? Here, now what do you see? Like one, say close by, 1, 2, 3, but we can't count it as 1, 2, 3. 1A, 1B, 1C, 3 layers. Huh? This is 1D. Huh? The next would be this 2. Okay. Now, this is far away. Huh? 1, all this is 1. Huh? 2. What we do is we don't start from here. We don't start from here. We bring it slightly down, okay, and sort of follow the system. See, one area, each area, the mountain silhouette, the outline would be similar. A Himalayan outline would be very different from Aravalli, and Aravalli will be very different from Western Ghat. It goes and joins here. Don't let it just join like that. Bring it slightly up, bring it here, bring it like that. So that is a character. You can't do, let me do something wrong and then we'll erase it. Huh? You can't do, even that you can do. Suddenly, you can't do that. You can't do that. It'll look odd. If you look at the picture, none of the mountains are like that. This can happen. Okay, let me see, show you. Now it goes like that. Okay, but we won't paint that. Huh? This can go, so you can say here. There will be dead drop rocks, rock formation. That can happen. But sharp edges will not happen. I'm not going to do that. Now my paint is wet. Okay, so because my paint is wet, when I'm going to be giving the blue, this brown will mix with that. I'm not going to be worried about that at all. Should we do this? No, I think I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to bring this out. This is going to be one mountain. Okay? This is going to be one mountain. This is going to be one. Okay, this is going to be one. And this is going to be one. And this is going to be one. Okay? And far away we'll have another mountain. Actually, if you like, my native place is Madurai, and I lived in Madurai for a long time. And I've been to Madurai is surrounded by mountains. Those who have gone there or those who are from there would know, surrounded by mountains. Western Ghat can be seen from here. Kodaikanal, all those places can be seen on a clear day from a very tall place. Okay, I think I have done that. Now what I'll do is I'll have to check if my recording is right. How do I check? I don't know. Okay. We'll go to the sky to start with and slowly come down to the darker areas. Shall we? It's 1 o'clock, so we have half an hour. We should be able to do some work. Okay, now my canvas, my brush is having some color. If I want, like we can sort of. It won't be equal. Either it will be more or it will be less. Very rarely it will be equal. Very rarely. Try to get a sort of similar silhouette. Okay. Not exactly, sort of similar. So that much means this much. So that becomes 1. Okay, so now my brush can be cleaned. What I'll do is I can't wash it now. Don't drop it into kerosene. Kerosene is poison for oil painting because while you're painting, you won't see anything. But after 6 months, your painting will become dull and dark. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe my brush for now and keep it away. Once I finish my painting, before I do anything else, before I have my lunch today, okay, my lunch usually is late, but 1:30 would be lunchtime, okay, 2 o'clock. No, I will wash my brush with soap, okay. This I can wash with a regular soap. Soft brushes, it's better to wash it with the hand wash soap. I would wash with a little bit of detergent soap, just a little bit, not too much, if I am washing the stiff brushes. Got it? Okay. Now I am going into covering areas. I'm going to cover area with a slightly bigger brush. Okay, can you see the brush? Should I check my the problem is if I start checking that, the video gets cut. So there'll be 2 videos that I have to upload. So I don't want to do that. Okay, should I use Winsor and Newton? Okay, I'll use Winsor and Newton. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of blue, which is a cobalt blue, but I have told you not to worry about the name, but a sort of a bright medium blue. Okay, think about value rather than actual name of a color. Okay, I'll show you how much I am taking. Okay. See, I'm taking that much. Okay. I think that should be enough for the sky and the water. And I'll need some blue for this won't dry by tomorrow. I can use it for tomorrow. Acrylics will dry immediately. This won't dry that fast. So we don't have to worry. This is flesh tint, Naples yellow. I'll have to take white. I'll take white in 2 places. One for mixing, which will become dirty or bluish. And I'll have white again in a different place where I'll use a different kind of a different brush, not kind of a brush, different brush, so that I can have white. Okay, so I'm going to have some white here. Okay, I'll have some white here and some white here. Okay, now I'll show you something. I'll bring it closer and show you something. See, this area, the canvas is not seen at all, right? This area, I spread it out, but you can see white dots inside, right? Here it is completely covered, right? Okay, I'll take it like that. Okay, and this place, can you see the white showing through the canvas? Here it is clearly seen. Okay, in some places where I've applied, white canvas is seen. When we complete the first coat, the white canvas should not be seen in any place. That is very, very important. Did you understand that? Okay, now I'm mixing. I'm taking linseed oil. Get there. Mixing liquid is very, very, this is what I said, the paint will become dirty. Mixing liquid is very, very important at all stages, because liquid, only when it is thoroughly mixed with the color, the whole paint, whole area will dry at the same time. Where you have not mixed liquid, it will not dry. Dry fast. The oil paint will dry, but it will dry slow. Let me apply the color first. I have to clean that. We know that colors will become light as they come down towards the horizon. We know that, right? We know that. Okay. So I'm making it light here. I will go into the brown line a little bit. Okay, even if the brown is coming out, I don't mind. But I will go slightly into the brown, so that when I'm painting the mountain, no white canvas will show there. Because the sky is very far away here, a little bit of dirty blue, which is a brownish blue, doesn't matter. Okay? Don't try to smoothen out your paint. Have a little bit of texture. Texture is the life of an artwork. Okay? Always remember that. If you want to ask a question about what do you mean by texture is the life of an artwork. Smooth painting is beautiful. No, it's not. Okay? It's not beautiful. It's not considered beautiful when the painting is smooth. Even if in some areas we have to make it smooth, we can. Nothing wrong in making the painting smooth in some areas, but not all areas. See, that kind of a texture is always interesting. I'm trying to make the cloud bluish. That's what it looks like in the photograph, which is interesting. Usually we give a gray, we don't give a blue. but it is interesting to have a blue cloud. The light is coming from here, okay? So this part is I'll have to sort of make the background slightly lighter out there. Out there, I'll have to make the background slightly lighter so that the cloud stands out. Not now, later. See, I started manipulating the cloud texture already. Already the cloud seems to have a texture there, isn't it? Huh? So texture is life. Yes, somebody pinged. Did somebody ping or it was something else? Okay, now suddenly as I'm doing this, I'm getting an idea. Let me apply the color first before I do any tricks. The color is mixing with the brown, right? That looks very sort of natural. Instead of, say, cobalt blue from the Winsor and Newton tube, it looks like a natural blue in the sky. Okay, so I am tempted to take a little bit of brown. I'm going to extend the blue towards this. I'm tempted to take a little bit of brown. Okay, and a little bit of white. I'm going to try that out. Okay, and have it here so that the cloud will stand out. That's nice. The cloud is standing out. Immediately the cloud came out. Okay.
ஒரு photo எடுத்துக்கலாமா சார்?
எடுத்துருவோமா? ஆமாமா, தேங்க்யூ. தேங்க்யூ. டிராயிங்கோட போட்டோ இல்லை, பரவாயில்ல. அந்த இடத்துல டிராயிங் இல்லை இல்லையா? We didn't have a drawing in that place. Oops. I hit the light. And because the light went closer, immediately there are lines on the when the light goes very close to the canvas. And that's the reason why I stopped using this. That's the reason why I stopped using this light. Okay, so I can take a photograph of the. What is this? What is this? The paint is shiny. Oh my God. Let me see what it looks like if I switch off the light and take a photograph. I can make it brighter later. I'll have to think of something. Like the light is reflecting very strongly on the canvas. So the paper shines.
சார் இப்போ என்ன ப்ளூ சார் இருக்கீங்க? ரெண்டு ப்ளூ டிஃபரெண்டா இருக்கு சார்.
ரெண்டு ப்ளூ இல்லம்மா. See, I told you, right? One is cobalt blue சரியா ஆக்சுவலி வந்து அந்த ஹேபிட் வர வேண்டாம்னு பாக்குறேன். ஆனா விட மாட்டீங்களே. என்னம்மா இது பளபளன்னு இருக்கு, லைட்டு பளபளன்னு இருக்கு. சரி முதல்ல அந்த பளபளன்னு வச்சு எடுத்துறேன். சரியா ஒரு கோபால்ட் ப்ளூ ஐ யூஸ்ட் கோபால்ட் ப்ளூ, வின்சென்ட் நியூட்டன் கோபால்ட் ப்ளூ, and mixed a little bit of white. And my basic drawing was burnt sienna, right? Remember that, right?
Yes,
My
sir.
basic drawing was burnt sienna. Just a second, I'll just go out and take a picture and come back because I'm not able to take the photograph right. So, when I came close to the drawing, the burnt sienna, cobalt blue and white got mixed and became a slightly dull blue. It's the same blue. I've taken only one blue. Got it?
Okay, sir.
Understand what I'm saying, yeah?
Okay.
One minute, I'll just take a photograph in this lighting because that lighting, the paint oil and the paint started shining brightly. Then no use in taking a photograph, you know. Usually what we do is whenever we start an oil painting, we'll do a small canvas, you know, எப்படின்னா just one flower, just one glass tumbler, something like that we'll take and do. But since you people are experts, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, but you people are experts. So that. Okay. I'm going to switch off and switch on the recording so that